What up, homies? Welcome back, Conspiracy University. All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna talk about this. I've made a video. I've made a video before about this, right? There's a video on here. If I haven't seen it, y'all should go check that out. Definitely about Operation Northwoods, right? So I'm basically gonna go over some more of a, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on it and read some of the actual parts from the documents, okay? Because my intent of this video is to, okay, let me start. Let me go ahead and say that Operation Northwoods was never carried out, allegedly, right? This was something that they were planning on doing, but they never, they never went through with it. So they say, but they got the signatures that they needed from the people up there that they needed to get it from. So it was ready to go. They just never carried it out. But I want y'all to see the extreme lengths that these people will go through and the type of ridiculous and like outlandish things that they will do to make sure that they can fool the public or trick the people, or a psyop, a psychological operation to get a bunch of people believing or thinking a certain thing, right? They'll go through very extreme lengths. So I'm going to read some of the parts from right here from these documents, and I want y'all to just really think about it, all right? And stop and think and ask yourself, is it possible that in today's day, like today, in this time, that these people are even more smart? They're smarter now. They have more technology, more assets, more money, more manpower. So what makes you think that today they couldn't pull off one of the biggest psychological operations that anyone could have ever thought of? Like, I don't know, let's say maybe they just sweep through the United States with like some type of biological weapon, like a pandemic were to happen, or they had to shut down the whole world. Just things of that nature. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying is to think about it. All right, ask questions. So right here, I got the PDF, the documents from. It's the memorandum for the Secretary of Defense. Justification for U.S. military intervention in Cuba. This Operation Northwoods. All right. So I'm just going to skip down over here to the parts that I want y'all to see. See if it'll make you think. All right. Oh, let me go ahead and read at least this part. All right. For those of y'all who haven't heard of this. The problem, as requested by Chief of Operations, Cuba Project, the Joint Chiefs of Staff are to indicate brief but precise description of pretexts which they consider would provide justification for U.S. military intervention in Cuba. It is recognized that any action which becomes pretext for U.S. military intervention in Cuba will lead to a political decision, which then would lead to military action. So they basically had a plan to go and make some type of bombing or make something happen and blame it on Cuba so they can go over there and pop it off with them, all right? This is what I'm going to show y'all. Let me get to, where is it at? Well, I had it. Maybe I passed it up, y'all. Let me, I'm looking crazy now. I wasn't prepared, I guess. Okay, here we go. These are the recommendations, all right? This is what they said that these are the things that they would, okay, had this happened, this is how it would have went down, and these are the things that would have happened, all right? Conclusion, recommendations, okay. It is recommended that enclosure A together with its attachment should okay, that's the wrong one again. Where am I at? I apologize, y'all. I really do apologize. I didn't realize it was this much. Okay, here goes. Sorry about that. I got it. So it says here, start rumors, meaning use clandestine radio, lend friendly Cubans in uniform over the fence to stage attack on base, capture Cuban-friendly saboteurs inside the base, start riots near the base main gate, friendly Cubans. I repeat, start riots near the base main gate, friendly Cubans. Blow up ammunition inside the base, start fires. Burn aircraft on airbase, sabotage. Lob mortar shells from outside of base into base, some damage to installations. So they were willing to sacrifice all that, some damage and everything, dead people, all types of stuff, right? Capture assault teams approaching from the sea or vicinity of Guantanamo City. Capture militia group which storms the base. Sabotage ship in harbor, large fires. Sink ship near harbor entrance. Conduct funerals for mock victims. I repeat, sink ship near harbor entrance. Conduct funerals for mock victims. Ask questions, y'all. Now, I'm not saying that these things are happening, that they are happening, right? Or they've happened previously. But we've had a couple funerals here and there, that could have very well been a mock funeral, right? Allegedly. Where was I at? Okay. United States would respond by executing offensive operations to secure water and power supplies, destroying artillery and mortar emplacements which threaten the base. Commence large-scale United States military operations. A Remember the Maine incident could be arranged in several forms. We could blow up a U.S. ship in Guantanamo Bay and blame Cuba. We could blow up a drone, unarmed vessel anywhere in the Cuban waters. We could arrange to cause such incident in the vicinity of Havana or Santiago as a spectacular result of Cuban attack from the air or sea or both. The presence of Cuban planes or ships merely investigating the intent of the vessel could be fairly compelling evidence that the ship was taken under attack. The nearness to Havana or Santiago would add credibility, especially to those people that might have heard the blast or have seen the fire. The U.S. would follow up with an air-sea rescue operation covered by U.S. fighters to evacuate remaining members of the non-existent crew. Casualty lists in U.S. newspapers would cause a helpful wave of national indignation. We could develop a communist Cuban terror campaign in the Miami area, in other Florida cities, and even in Washington. I repeat, we could develop a communist Cuban terror campaign in the Miami area and other Florida cities, and even in Washington. The terror campaign could be pointed at Cuban refugees seeking haven in the United States. We could sink a boatload of Cubans en route to Florida, real or simulated. I repeat, we could sink a boatload of Cubans en route to Florida, real or simulated. We could foster attempts on lives of Cuban refugees in the United States, even to the extent of wounding in instances to be widely publicized. Exploding a few plastic bombs in carefully chosen areas, just a few, they said, just a couple bombs here and there where people are at. Exploding a few plastic bombs in carefully chosen spots, the arrest of Cuban agents, and the release of prepared documents substantiating Cuban involvement also would be helpful in projecting the idea of an irresponsible government. A Cuban-based, Castro-supported filibuster could be simulated against a neighboring Caribbean nation in the vein of the 14th of June invasion of the Dominican Republic. We know that Castro was backing subversive efforts clandestinely, against Haiti, Dominican Republic, Guatemala, and Nicaragua at the present and possible others. These efforts can be magnified and additional ones contrived for exposure. For example, advantage can be taken of the sensitivity of the Dominican Air Force to instructions within their national airspace. Cuban B-26 or C-46 type aircraft could make cane-burning raids at night. Soviet bloc incendiaries could be found. I'm sorry, y'all. The word's starting to get a little smeared or something. But I think that's enough of the details that y'all can see that these people will do whatever it takes for their bottom line, right? Which I don't know what their bottom line is. I mean, it ain't the money. Their bottom line is not the bag, all right? Because if we talking about bags here, these people who in charge of all this, they got the bag, all right? They have the actual bag. So it ain't the money. But whatever their bottom line is, they will go through any type of length to make sure that they can do it, right? Look, they were going to kill people. They were going to go plant bombs in random areas, and they said, real or simulated. They put that in parentheses to let you know that they had to kill some people and really do it. They were going to do it. This one didn't happen, y'all. Allegedly, this one didn't happen. But it was in the works, and, for all we know, maybe it did, and this is what they're telling us, right? But who am I? What do I know? I'm not a doctor or scientist or historian or anything like that, right? Just a regular old person over here. But as always, y'all, I appreciate every single one of y'all who come over here and rock with me. Eyes open out there, homies. Stay safe.